morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching JanataTelevision and this is English Bulletin with me, Yutsabha Tribe. The top stories first. Democracy Day being observed across the nation today. President Prime Minister extend best wishes to the people. Prime Minister Oli appears before court to defend himself, submits a written clarification in contempt of court case. Government decides to purchase 20 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine without any competition, prepares to issue an order to remove hurdles for the purchase. A rich nation stockpiling COVID-19 vaccine, report says powerful nations have more than 1 billion doses required. And Naomi Osaka defeats Serena Williams to reach the Australian Open final, set to face Jennifer Brady for the title. And now the news in detail. The 71st Democracy Day is being observed all across the nation today by organising different programs. The days mark to celebrate of the people's achievement in the overthrowing of the 104-year Rana regime and the establishment of democracy in the country. The country celebrates Democracy Day with much fanfare, organising rallies, cultural programs and various other programs as a part of the celebration. The country now has a democratic republic set up which was built on the foundation of democracy established 71 years ago. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has extended his well wishes and also expressed on the occasion of Democracy Day. Similarly, President Vidya Devi Bhandari has also issued a statement to extend best wishes on this special day. Prime Minister Oli has submitted a written statement to the Supreme Court in a contempt of court case registered against him earlier this month. Prime Minister Oli submitted the written clarification to the court by appearing before the court himself. Prime Minister Oli had termed the ongoing hearing of writ petitions at the Constitutional Bench against the dissolution of Law House as a stunt. Prime Minister Oli had said the petitioners have taken a grandfather lawyer to the court for the drama, referring to a 94-year-old advocate who pleaded at the court. Senior Advocate Kumar Sharma Acharya and Advocate Kanchan Krishna Nyopane had filed separate writ petitions against Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli in contempt of court cases. A single bench of Justice Manoj Kumar Sharma in the preliminary hearing of the case had ordered Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli to submit a written statement. Advocate Nyopane stated Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has respected the Supreme Court by coming to present the written statement himself. Meanwhile, the government has decided to issue an order to remove hurdles in purchasing 2 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine. Unveiling the decisions of the cabinet yesterday, government spokesperson Parbat Gurung confirmed that the government has taken decision to remove hurdles in purchasing vaccines directly without any competitive bidding process. As per the existing law, the government has to undergo bidding process under the Public Procurement Act to make any kind of purchase. However, considering the urgency of the vaccine, the cabinet on Monday decided to purchase the vaccine without any competition. Minister Gurung said yesterday. The minister further said that the payment will be made directly by Nepal Rashtra Bank and a notice will be issued in this regard in the Nepal Gazette. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 96 new cases of coronavirus across the country. Following the latest round of tests, the total cases of coronavirus in the country have climbed to 273,166, while the number of active cases has dropped to 1,603. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, altogether 269,000 505 infected persons have recovered from the disease in the country so far. The death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 2,058 with no new casualties yesterday. Nepal is currently among the top 47 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The US tops the list with over 28.52 million confirmed cases, followed by India with 10.96 million cases. Coronavirus has infected more than 110.82 million people across the world and claimed 2.45 million lives. And now the news from Economic Front. The Finance Ministry has started its preparations to formulate the budget for the upcoming fiscal year. The Ministry has started collecting suggestions for the budget of the coming fiscal year to revive the economy, which has been struggling to recover after the COVID-19 pandemic. In the discussions held by the Ministry with the former secretaries, they have been urged to give special emphasis on infrastructure expansion and capacity building in the health sector. Some former secretaries have suggested that policies and programs for the upcoming fiscal year should be focused on creating an environment necessary for the expansion of private investment and increase the contribution of the industrial sector on the economy. Some former secretaries have suggested that it is necessary to focus the budget on areas that have been most affected by the pandemic. Many suggest that the ministry needs to play a leading role in creating economic reforms and investment a favorable climate. The ministry has stated that it will bring timely and practical budget by making policy, program and managerial reforms in the coming days. We'll be taking a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international and sports news. Welcome back, and now the international news. Rich countries are on course to have over 1 billion more doses of COVID-19 vaccines than they need, Reuters said today, citing a report by anti-poverty campaigners. The report states that this move has left poorer nations scrambling for leftover supplies as the world speaks to curb the coronavirus pandemic. In an analysis of current supply deals for COVID-19 vaccines, the One campaign said wealthy countries such as United States and Britain should share the excess doses to supercharge a fully global response to the pandemic. The advocacy group, which campaigns against poverty and preventable disease, said a failure to do so would deny billions of people essential protection from the COVID-19 causing virus and likely prolong the pandemic. The report looked specifically at contracts with the 5 leading COVID-19 vaccine makers: Pfizer, BioNTech, Moderna, Oxford, AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson and Novavax. It found that the United States, the European Union, Britain, Australia, Canada and Japan have already secured more than 3 billion doses, over 1 billion more than 2.06 billion needed to give their entire populations 2 doses. The World Health Organization on Thursday urged nations with vaccines not to share them unilaterally but to donate them to the global COVAX scheme to ensure fairness. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Naomi Osaka claimed an impressive victory over Serena Williams to reach the Australian Open final and end the Americans' latest quest for a record equaling 24th Grand Slam title. The Japanese star, who has 3 Grand Slam titles under her belt, defeated Williams 6-3, 6-4 in straight sets. Osaka is on a 20-match unbeaten streak and has never lost a Slam final. She is set to face Jennifer Brady in Saturday's final after the American beat Karolina Muchova. Brady came past the Czech 6-4, 3-6, 6-4 to seal a spot in her first Grand Slam final. It will be rematch of the 2020 US Open semi-final, which Osaka came through in 3 sets. In the men's side, top seed Novak Djokovic overcame unseeded Aslan Karatsev to reach the Australian Open final and end the Russian's remarkable run in the Melbourne. The Serb won the match 6-3, 6-4, 6-2. Djokovic, who is going for a record-extending 9th men title in Melbourne, will face Daniil Medvedev or Stefanos Tsitsipas in Sunday's final. Russian's 4th seed Medvedev meets Greek 5th seed Tsitsipas in other semi-final on Friday, with both men trying to reach their first Australian Open final. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Democracy Day being observed across the nation today. President, Prime Minister extend best wishes to the people. Prime Minister Oli appears before court to defend himself, submits a written clarification in contempt of court case. Government decides to purchase 20 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine without any competition, prepares to issue an order to remove hurdles for the purchase. Rich nations stockpiling COVID-19 vaccine. Report says powerful nations have more than 1 billion doses required. And Naomi Osaka defeats Serena Williams to reach the Australian Open final, set to face Jennifer Brady for the title. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.